Those thieves must be mad hiding out there. Those old crypts are filled with nothing but traps, trolls, and who knows what else.
I hope I'll see you in... Just head north, you can't miss it. It's the capital of Whiterun Hold, the biggest and the best of the 9 holds of Skyrim. But don't take my word for it. Be careful on the way to Solitude. Damn stormcloaks could be...
Just follow the road north. When you get to Hunningbrew Meadery, turn left and the road will take you to the city gates.
Did you really see a dragon? This isn't too friendly with strangers, but you seem alright. My father is Alvor, the blacksmith. I'm his assistant. I mean apprentice.
Alvor and I, we got a daughter, little Dorothy.
I hope I'll see you in Solitude. Good luck.
Take what you need, my friend. Within reason, of course. Whatever you need. Buy this mirror if it's simple and strong. I can forge it. You looking for a new blade? Aye. Iron or steel is what you need. Leave that fancy elven stuff to the elves. I could forge you a warhammer that would crush a giant. Yes, actually. How about you smith me an iron dagger? Here's everything you need to make one. Go ahead. Until next time. You the sneaky type? You're somewhere. Not too shabby. Apprentice level work, but solid. Keep at it. Yeah? Not bad, but it's a little dull. How about you sharpen it up? Just need a bit of metal and the grindstone over there. Good day. Whatever you need. Buy Ismir if it's... This looks good. You put time into your blades. They'll serve you well when you need them. You want to keep helping? How about you make some armor? Let's start by tanning some leather on the rack. Until next time. You... Iron or steel? Ah, good. A lot of weapons and armor need leather for straps, fittings, that kind of thing. Let's see if you can make a hide helmet. Here's the rest of what you need. Good day. I could... You the sneaky type? Got some nice daggers around here somewhere. I should hire you to be my assistant at this rate. Let's improve the fit. Take this leather to the workbench over there. Yes? You have talent. Keep working at your craft, and you'll be a fine smith one day. Why don't you keep that dagger and helmet? Maybe you'll remember me when you're making Skyforged steel, huh? Looking to protect yourself, or deal some damage? All right, then.
There's beauty here unmatched in all of Skyrim, to be sure. What is that blowhard up to now? So, he thinks he can turn Camilla against me. Two can play at this. Here, give this letter to Camilla and tell her it's from Sven. Let's see what she thinks of him after reading that. I'll show you what I know. All right, then. Maybe you've already met Camilla Valerius.
handle yourself well, you could make for a decent shield, brother. An outsider, eh? Never heard of the Companions? An order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters in honor, and we show up to solve problems if the coin is good enough. Not for me to say. You'll have to talk to Kodlak Whitemane up in Jorvaskar. The old man's got a good sense for people. He can look in your eyes and tell you. If you go to him, good luck.
Fight with us and you'll have... Are you kidding? I've wanted... Haven't you heard the stories of Kodlak and Skjor fighting off the 101 orc berserkers? Skjor says it was more like 40, but he's just being modest. Where else would I want to be but here? Learning from them, fighting at their sides. The Circle are the ones who parcel out the jobs. That's Ayla. Kodlak advises them, but he doesn't really give orders. Only the most famous warrior band in all of Skyrim. Have you been living with the Horkers? When we arrive, blood is spilled and our blades sing to the glories of Ysgramor. This is life, brother. The struggle is what reminds us to draw breath. Good day.
You look strong. Come to Jorvaskar and be a companion.
Need a ride? Mm-hmm.
Need a horse? Talk. So I mostly sweep and shovel. Got a problem with that?
The air is so clear in Skyrim. Some come to buy. They'll never see you coming. May your road lead you to war.
The roads of Skyrim lead to many dangers. I have traveled far across Tamriel to serve you. The Khajiit hail from a distant land called Elsewhere, bordered on the north by Cyrodiil, and this Elsewhere is an arid land of deserts and rocky canyons, where the sun shines warmly. They're a city so ancient, the sands have swallowed them whole. But now I will say no more, for I miss my home greatly. An astute question, for we are far from home, and this is a cold, hard land. The wise trader finds the best opportunities, even if he must travel far to find them. The dragons and the war have scared many other traders away, but for those with courage, there is much profit to be made. Take a look. I hope that you will come to do business with us again.
Halt! City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only. Riverwood's in danger too? You better go on in. You'll find the Jarl in Dragon's Reach, at the top of the hill.
Getting tired of hanging around talking all day.
But we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn...
Greymane or Battleborn?
Yorland Greymane for help.
Got stones in your ears? I asked what side you're on. Greymane or Battleborn? New in town, huh? Whiterun's got two clans. Difference is, the Greymanes turned their backs on the Empire, and we Battleborn stayed loyal. So I'll ask again, Greymane or Battleborn? Then you're either a Stormcloak sympathizer or a fool. Either way, you're no friend of mine.
Long live the Empire.
I should bash your face in after all you've done.
I don't claim to be the best blacksmith in... that I do. I've got to, if I hope to be as good as Yorland Greymane someday. In fact, it's a sword. I made it for the Jarl, Balgruuf the Greater. Listen, could you take the sword to my father, Proventus Avenici? He's the Jarl's steward. He'll know the right time to present it. Thanks. Plenty. I'd say we're prosperous enough. Most folk don't go hungry, if they're willing to work hard. The city's ruled by the Jarl up in Dragon's Reach. That's the fortress there. But you're probably more interested in your Vasker, Mead Hall of the Companions. Their deeds of war and valor are legendary.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
Come to chat with an old woman?
Let me guess. They're saying it's because of this trouble with the Stormcloaks.
Will rule Skyrim forever! What would you have me do then? Nothing?
My lord, please. This is no time for rash action. I just think we need more information before
What's
we
the
act.
meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgruuf is not
Who's this,
receiving
then?
visitors. As House Carl, my job is to deal with all dangers that threaten the Jarl or his people. So you have my attention. Now explain yourself. you know about Helgen? The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes? Next time, deal with Avenici. So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes? Really? You're certainly forthright about your criminal past. But it's none of my concern who the Imperials want to execute, especially now. What I want to know is, what exactly happened at Helgen? By Ysmir, Irileth was right! What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls? Against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger.
The Jarl of Balgruuf will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would... Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons.
All this standing around is rubbish. We should be taking the fight to the Stormcloaks.
Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill him in with all the details.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there. Ah, no mere brute murder. You see, when the stories of dragons began to circulate, many dismissed them as mere fantasies, rumors. One sure mark of a fool is to dismiss anything that falls outside his experience as being impossible. But I began to search for information about dragons. Where had they gone all those years ago? And where were they coming from? I learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself. An old tomb, built by the ancient Nords, perhaps dating back to the Dragon War itself. Ah, maybe you just want to know how to get there. It's near Riverwood, a miserable little village a few miles south of here. I'm sure some of the locals can point you in the right direction once you get there. Well, must preserve some professional secrets, mustn't we? I have my sources. Reliable sources. Ah, student of the craft. You'll need to start by take an enchanted weapon or piece of armor, then use the arcane enchanter to learn its secrets. The item is destroyed in the... Once you know an enchantment, you'll need a filled soul gem and something to enchant. You'll use the arcane enchanter for that too. Of course, I have everything you need for sale if you have the coin. I'm not surprised you've never heard of it. Even I used to think it was, but not anymore. The Dragon War was a real event, although only the barest glimmer of the actual events has come. Far back in the Mythic era, the dragons were worshipped as gods in Skyrim. Many of the monumental ruins that still dot the landscape were in fact built as temples to the dragons. The details are lost, but at some point, the Nords rebelled. After a long and terrible war, the Nords overthrew their dragon overlords. Oh no, many were killed, of course, but why, this very palace was built by one of Balgruuf's ancestors to hold a captive dragon. Hence its name, Dragon's Reach. A prospective student, are you? Well, I'm afraid I'm not much good at teaching. You should try your luck at the College of Winterhold. I believe I am, yes. Technically speaking, of course. The city is also home to a priest. Ah, that reminds me. Speaking of alchemists, I have some frost salts for Arcadia. Would you be so kind as to deliver the frost salts for me? I'm sure Arcadia will provide some form of recompense. Good. You're clearly better suited than I am to carry out such a menial task. If I said that was a tedious question, would you be smart enough to know what I meant? As long as I'm left alone to pursue my research, I don't care. Now, I'm a busy man, and your pointless questions are boring me terribly. Good day. Oh, I thought you were already on your way to Bleak Falls Barrow.
Need it quickly, before it's too late.
I'll put it simply, so you'll understand. If the Hold is faced with any threats or mysteries of a magical nature, I am called upon. Hopefully that... Of course, Jarl. What are you still doing here? The Jarl said retrieving that stone tablet is a priority, remember? Sadly, no. My work affords me perhaps some hero will bring one to Dragon's Reach, like old Olaf one I once did. What a fascinating conversation that would be. I'm sure he will prove most useful.
Succeed at this, and you'll be rewarded. Whiterun will be in your debt.
Oh, I thought you were already on your way to Falls Barrow.